missing, man. A new stealth jet fighter. And I have to watch this. I'm a big fan of DCS. I love planes, man. I feel like the whole industry is about to change. And it's going to go crazy mode. Like pilots in the Air Force are going to be reduced to drone pilots, which is sad. They'll all be sitting in chairs inside a comfortable basement area. I mean, the plus side is they don't die. But I feel like it's all going drone. But it's nice to see this, man. Classic muscle style jets. You know, like, and you got the stealth on it. And man, I want to see what this is about for a second.
Stealth technology was an American invention.
Goddamn
Thanks to
right it
selecting
was.
the right research and development strategy, the states have advanced further than anyone else in this field. However, Russia and China are not sitting still either. Therefore,
because of course they had to steal it from America, of course, you know, and then Americans had to be stupid enough to release, you know, or greedy enough, probably greedy because we're capitalists.
The list of the most undetectable fighter does not just contain American aircraft. Making a fighter undetectable is a tough problem.
Selling out America's secrets, though, that's a shame bell. That's a shame bell. No amount of money. No amount of money. No amount of money. No amount of money.
Shame.
Don't sell out your countrymen. Gave away those secrets for that cash. How dare you? How dare you?
After all, the primary characteristic of fighter aircraft is their high speed. Significant acceleration and maneuverability are achieved using afterburners. But as soon as a fighter pilot turns on the afterburner, the aircraft immediately becomes vulnerable to enemy ground and airborne radars. The very first stealth fighter can be considered to be the American attack aircraft, the Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk.
Yep. Have a model of it. Build a model with my dad on that guy. Yep.
It has now been removed from service. However, from 1983 to 2008, the F-117 was successfully used in a number of military conflicts. The aircraft was built according to the flying wing aerodynamic scheme with V-shaped tail fins.
I remember when that
straight lines of the wing.
Dude, I remember when that first came out, man. I'm like, this is an alien spacecraft, man. When it come out? I think it was was it the 90s? I'm pretty sure it was the 90s. I remember when this bad boy came out, and I was like, wow, that is so different than anything else I've ever seen before in my life.
The flat fuselage and the flat trapezoidal and triangular panels all combine to excellently reflect the electromagnetic waves of the enemy radar.
91,
this airframe concept is known as faceted. F-117 Nighthawk had no external hardpoints. Its armament was located inside the fuselage.
Badassery at its finest.
The absence of any protruding parts provided excellent stealth. Composites and radio-absorbing coating were widely used in the design of the aircraft. The proportion of metal alloys in the F-117's airframe never exceeded 10%.
Wow.
The upper part of the fuselage was covered with radar-absorbing materials. The bottom panels were finished with heat-absorbing ceramic tiles to reduce visibility in the IR range. F-117 Nighthawk did not have an airborne radar.
Right, dude?
Theoretically, this made it vulnerable to enemy fighter interceptors. A second disadvantage was its subsonic.
I mean, like you know, I love capitalism. I love democracies, right? But like the faulty thing about democracies is like, since we're democratic, we just reveal everything. You know, like we reveal, like government can't do much to the populace. You know, it's like, hey, everybody, we saw this. We're putting this on film. We're going to record this. We're going to put this out there in a news blurb. You can't tell us what to do. You know, and they're just like, there goes our tactical advantage. It's right out the window, you know. In a dictatorship, I guess the plus side to a dictatorship is they're like, we will kill you if you will say anything, Yabul. You know?
Speed. That is to say, once detected, the F-117 had no chance of survival.
Also, however, a very good reason, right, Coop? Right? America also likes to flex the muscle, you know?
In practice, this first American stealth fighter was able to
show off its better qualities. They began to retire it.
Nighthawks flew a total of about 220,000 hours. Across all operations, 7 aircraft were lost. This is just over 10% of the total number of F-117s ever built. Of these, only one was shot down by an enemy missile. The rest crashed either for technical reasons or because of pilot errors. On March 27, 1999, an F-117 was shot down by a missile from an S-125 Neva anti-aircraft missile system during the Kosovo War. Yugoslav anti-aircraft gunners noticed that Nighthawks were flying a mission along the same route at the same time. The air defense system was turned on for just a few minutes. This was enough time to locate and lock onto the
I can't believe
target
I
at
forgot
its
about
expected
Kosovo.
location. A rocket was launched, followed by a direct hit. Luckily, the pilot managed to survive. We have previously discussed the operation to rescue him in one of our episodes. Despite this incident, the military...
Listen, Democrat or Republican, you gotta agree, Clinton was a boss. Clinton was a boss back in the 90s, man. He was pimp. He was pimp. I mean, he just was. Frankly, you can't categorize the man.
The career of the F-117 Nighthawk can be considered a success. At one time, the F-117 became a more popular American brand than even Cadillac or Coca-Cola. Operation of the F-117 was intended to be extended until 2018. However, within the U.S. Air Force, there appeared the new F-22 Raptor multi-role fighters that outperformed the Nighthawk in every way.
A lot of people call it.
Experts consider the.
I am an F-22 fan. A lot of people call it the Raptor, man. A lot of people give me shit, but I just love it. I just love the aesthetic of it. I just like the F-22, but I just do. If you want to call it the Raptor, all right, all right.
F-22, the first fully fledged stealth fighter in the world. Firstly, the Raptor has an onboard radar with active electronically scanned array antenna. The Nighthawk had no such equipment. Secondly, the maximum speed of the F-22 with afterburner is Mach 2.25. The speed without afterburner is Mach 1.7. This is almost twice as fast as that of the F-117. The Raptor was so far ahead of its time that it was banned from export to prevent advanced technology from falling into...
Look at that. Hold on. You got to respect that maneuver. Look at that, man. Are you kidding me? That pilot inside, man, that's a brain squeeze. That was a brain squeeze right there. I got to watch that again.
It was twice as fast as that of the F-117.
Check this out, dude.
The Raptor was so far ahead of its time that it was banned from export to prevent advanced technology from falling into the hands of strategic adversaries.
I felt the crunch, man.
The F-22 is the most advanced fifth-generation stealth fighter.
How do you not love it?
Its abilities
How do you not
greatly
love
exceed
it?
those of the previous
It's so
fourth-generation
agile.
fighters. Even at the dawn of its career, during training battles, the F-22 easily annihilated F-15s and F-18s with a devastating defeat ratio of 120 to 1.
Damn.
In real combat conditions, the Raptor has been no less effective. Recall the operation in Syria in 2015, when the Raptor single-handedly completed the tasks of several fighters at once. In one sortie, the F-22 carried out reconnaissance of ground targets, attacked enemy ground forces, and during all this time, continued to provide cover to American bombers. The F-22 is powered by two F-119 afterburning turbojet engines.
70,000 pounds.
The power plant provides...
Holy God, can I get an amen on that? 70,000 pounds of thrust. That's what I tell Christy I got in the bedroom. Hey, baby, you ready for 70,000 pounds of thrust? Then she just laughs at me. She just laughs at me.
70,000 pounds of thrust. This is 40% more than the F-15 Eagle. A key feature of the F-22 is its low radar visibility. The V-shaped butterfly of the tail is less detectable to radar. The design of the nozzle results in a wider torch. Cold air from the air intakes is mixed into the jet stream. These measures reduce visibility in the infrared range. That is why the Raptor remains unobtrusive whilst on afterburner and at supersonic speeds. The surfaces of the fighter are covered with radar-absorbing materials and special paint.
Good to see you,
Even the backs of the pilot seats are specially designed to scatter radar radiation. The aircraft's shapes were modeled and calculated using the Cray supercomputer. The F-22 Raptor was originally supposed to replace the F-15 Eagle. There were plans to build 750 aircraft, but the fighter turned out to be very expensive to manufacture and operate, so this target number was reduced. By the end of its production in 2011, 187 aircraft had been assembled. In addition to its high price tag, the Raptor has another drawback. It doesn't come in a carrier-based version. It is known that naval aviation, together with aircraft-carrying cruisers, form the foundation of U.S. national security. For this reason, another stealth fighter, the F-35 Lightning II, came into being.
Oh, man, yeah, man. The F-35, listen. This is great.
The development of the F-35 began in the mid-1990s. Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works, which developed the fifth-generation Raptor fighter, took on the task. The F-35 used many of the technological solutions worked out for the F-22. The design and construction provide a reflective surface ratio of about 1 square foot.
I do.
This is a record-breaking figure among stealth fighters. The designers plan to create not just an advanced stealth fighter, but a whole family of aircraft, including conventional takeoff and landing (CTOL) ground fighters for the U.S. Air Force, short takeoff and vertical landing (STOVL) fighter aircraft for the U.S. Marine Corps and the
Come on, dude. Listen, you got to love the versatility of this one. The F-35 is a great ship. Tactically speaking, it's a huge advantage. Like, you might not like the looks of it as much, and I agree with you on the aesthetics. I actually do agree with you on the aesthetics. But I will say this. The tactical edge is the sexiness. The tactical edge of the F-35 is the sexiness. As somebody who likes to plan things in various games involving ships, Star Citizen, Eve, games where you had to have a tactical edge, man, the F-35 makes the no-no spot very happy. Very, very happy.
UK's Royal Navy. Carrier-based fighters, CV, for the needs of the US Navy. Each version has its own technical specificities. A range of unified assemblies have reduced costs and accelerated development. However, the attempt to use the same design solution for, in fact, 3 unique aircraft was not possible without some compromises. For example,
dude. I mean, right,
the F-35 has less maneuverability than the Raptor. Its indicator score of 8.4 points out of 10 is not considered to be outstanding. The F-22 score here is 9.5. The speed performance of the fighter is also not up to par because the Lightning II power plant consists of just a single engine. Therefore, the F-35 suffers from a critical lack of maneuverability.
Yeah,
it
it's
cannot
not as
turn or
maneuverable
climb
as
fast
F-22.
enough to evade enemy fire.
Right.
These are the remarks of some military analysts.
Yeah, in and out.
But what does prior combat experience show? The Israeli Air Force bombed targets in Syria, and the U.S. Air Force attacked ground targets in Afghanistan. But in truth, in both cases, there was no opposition from enemy fighter aircraft. Therefore, the real capabilities of the F-35 to withstand other fighters are difficult to assess. However, the Lightning II...
It's not difficult to assess. I mean, if you're a master strategist as myself, what you use with the F-35 for is in and outs, man. In and outs. F-35, in and outs. That's it.
...is primarily a stealth fighter bomber, and it was created not for air duels, but for the effective destruction of enemy manpower and equipment.
Which is what I call in and outs. It's for the in and outs, man. You know, like it's like apples and oranges. You can't, you know, the F-22 and the F-35. It's like it's 2 different crafts, man.
There are many breakthrough technologies implemented here.
Thank you for having a great day with us.
Operate on the principle
we'll miss
of
you,
man,
dude.
machine.
You better be back here next week.
Airborne
More dull
radar
time for you,
allows
buddy.
to conduct electronic intelligence and simultaneously detects ground, sea, and air targets.
Right, Ash. Different tools for different jobs.
Particularly noteworthy is the helmet, which allows the pilot to aim missiles by using his eyes. Detection of ground objects with an accuracy of up to 12 inches allows you to classify military equipment. We have already said that it is not only the United States that has been working on stealth for their fighters. The Russian Aerospace Forces considers its Su-57 to be the most undetectable fighter. According to NATO codification, it is listed under the name
The top
Felon.
of it's completely flat.
The Russian fighter is noticeably larger than the Lightning II.
I mean, I like the design of it completely flat on the top, man.
In accordance with tradition, the Su-57 has phenomenal speed and maneuverability. This is a family trait shared by all class Sukhoi aircraft. The thrust-to-weight ratio of the Su-57 is 0.
Listen, the only thing I don't like about the Su-57 is the fact that there's more area to hit on it. It's a bigger hitbox.
97. This is 50% greater.
Which, I mean, arguably the F-22, you could say the same thing, but it's a stealth fight. They're stealth fighters, you know.
Than that of the F-35. Most of the characteristics of the Su-57 are classified. The Russians consider their fighter a direct competitor to the F-22. However, unlike the American aircraft, the Russian Su-57 so far only exists in a single copy. Combat use of Su has, for obvious reasons, also not yet taken place. It was seen in the skies over Syria, but due to fears of losing their only 5th-generation fighter, the Su-57 did not participate in combat operations. The main disadvantage of the Su-57 is considered to be its insufficient stealth. This is due to the fact that the well-known Su-27 served as the basis for the newer aircraft. The Su-57 is the best commodity of the Russian Aerospace Forces, but it is still a long way from the stealth performance of the F-22 or F-35. The reason for this is that Russia has no experience in stealth technology, and with the current sanctions associated with its aggression against Ukraine, the appearance of modern materials and electronics is unlikely. The career of the fifth-generation Chinese fighter Chengdu J-20 is developing with much greater success. According to experts, the Chinese cloned a number of the solutions used in the F-22.
Of course.
There are also many elements borrowed or outright copied from the prototype of the Russian MiG-144.
Of course, everything's a copy.
However, as is typical, this imitation is inferior to the original.
Right.
The J-20...
Notice he said imitation, because it's a copy of a copy. You know, a copy of a copy. That's a good Nine Inch Nails song.
Comes equipped with Russian AL-31F
video. I happen to
which
like
are
that.
installed on the S-27 and its offshoots. This means that the Chinese aircraft can be expected to have good speed and maneuverability. But what about its stealth? The degree of invisibility is not entirely known. Apart from Russia, there is no one sharing technology with the Chinese. However, cooperation between Russia and China in this field has been curtailed. It remains an open question whether the J-20 has a radar with an active electronically scanned array antenna. This is a main feature of fifth-generation fighters. Most likely, the Chinese are testing new technologies on the J-20 in order to get closer to creating a new level of machine. The Shenyang J-31 has already been announced. The novel prototype looks to be even more impressive, at least superficially. Its similarities with the F-22 are even greater. However, it's not just appearance which determines membership of an aircraft to the fifth generation of fighters. The internals and stealth technologies are critical. Stealth is achieved through the use of sophisticated design philosophy. This philosophy includes thermal, sonic, and other fighter characteristics that reduce the ability of enemy sensors to detect, track, or attack stealth aircraft. Fortunately, in this area, the states remain in a league of its own.
Very cool, man. It's getting hectic. It's getting kind of hectic. It's getting. Listen, it is getting hectic in our world today, man. Like, I thought we'd all just kind of like eventually get along with one another, but it seems like we're sliding a little bit backwards these days. And you know, when I watched this, and I was thinking to myself, man, it's been a long time since we've seen our friend Good Games. And Good Games lives in Russia, and he kind of went silent when shit hit the fan with Russia and Ukraine. And it's kind of sad because Good Games is a good dude. And I feel like Good Games gets a lot of pressure, like, you know, and, you know, the thing is right now I feel like now it's all momentum forward towards deglobalization and building up the walls again. And it is a sad thing. And we're going to see tech like this evolve over time. I feel like it's going to go more drones, which is sad. I feel like the way of the future, the way of the future, the way of the future. I feel like that the way of the future is going to be drones. Just ask Howard Hughes and watch Aviator. It's a pretty good movie. All right, let's see here. I think it's time for a spotlight time. Oh, it's DG360 spotlight time. This one comment here is from Yoel Reyna. Damn, man, you don't deserve any of those bans for just saying things as they are. Apparently, I got banned somewhere else. This happens a lot. I get thrown out of places all the time. And he wants to say, keep it up. I will always get thrown out of places and areas and platforms and things. I'm all over the internet, and I get thrown out. And I come back into different places on the internet, and I get thrown out again. Yoel realizes this and appreciates that. And I appreciate you, Yoel. I appreciate you.